Hey guys, and welcome to your mid-month reading. I hope you enjoyed the beginning part of your month. Now let's go ahead and dive deep into the mid-month reading for March of 2018.
Hello Aries, and welcome to your mid-month reading for March. So I want to go ahead and look at your headspace here. Crow woman, sacred law. So this can represent Libra, but it also represents someone coming from an intellectual point of view. Not easily swayed. Someone who's not easily swayed. And it is a major arcana, so it's a huge influence right now in your mental space. Now I want to look at your heart space. The Four of Earth, boundaries. So you guys, in your heart space, you are kind of holding off. You are not expressing all of your emotions and maybe even hurt in the past. So you're kind of like, you kind of have your guard up in regards to your heart right now. I want to look at your recent past. Wow, the Four of Fire, completion. So two fours here. Completion. So you guys have gone through a cycle. You have by mid-March you have gone through a cycle and ended an old way of thinking, an old way of behaving, and just ending a phase in your life and starting a new phase here. That, or you are close to it here in mid-March. But definitely by the end of March, for sure, you will feel this completion. Some of you might even get a new job, or finally like meet a goal that you've been working on for a long time. So it's a card that represents success. The next, what's coming for you here? What is your future card? Three of Wind, isolation. So the Three of Wind, isolation, points to you feeling isolated, actually. You know, this crow's looking at these other crows, the loved ones, and just feeling alone. But the reality here with this card is that you're not alone. But I see you feeling that you are alone, and some of you may have been separated from someone, or are separated from someone now, or are going to be separating from someone. This literally just jumped out. But you need an open heart here. With the Maiden of Seas, you need to have your heart open. Don't close off your heart. And you need to open your heart, and with an open heart, you'll be able to realize that you are connected. You're not isolated. It's like you have this mental anguish, this sorrow, and feeling so lonely, even though you shouldn't be feeling that way, because you have more support and love than you can perceive right now in your future here. What's your advice? Even though I feel like that is your advice, but let's pull another one. Wow, guys, I kid you not. Gaia, the world. Another card that represents completion, and it's another major arcana. So the advice that comes with the world card is ultimately just, it represents the ultimate change here, guys. So raising your frequency, shifting your consciousness to a new way of perceiving yourself, and a new way of perceiving the world. So realizing that we're all connected and there's love around you all the time. So this is your advice here to aid you in this, but also have an open heart. I feel like this is further advice for you. Now let's clarify some of these cards here. Your headspace. I want to clarify your headspace. Okay, so you are finally reaping what you have sown. You put a lot of work and a lot of effort into something, and you're finally going to you're finally going to harvest. You are finally going to see the abundance come in and for all your hard work. So for some of you, it's in regards to career. You're finally going to get that new job that's going to make a lot of money. It's about prosperity coming in here. Or whatever you put a lot of effort into is finally going to start paying off. So because that's in your headspace, that's your focus here. That's what you're focused on. You want to reap your rewards. You're focused on reaping your rewards and working on it. And you're going for it. You're going for it. And nothing can change your mind about what your path is. You are divinely guided and you know that. So you're not going to be swayed from your goal here. In your heart space, let's clarify this. Wow. Both of these actually represent Capricorn, guys, the devil and the boundaries. So there may be a Capricorn here in your heart space, or you may have Capricorn in your chart. But basically just toxic energy in your heart space. There's some sort of like toxic energy. And I feel like what this is for most of you is you've been hurt in the past. And it's coming across now as toxic energy to yourself and to others in the form of like closing yourself off from receiving or even being able to see love, okay? Which is why your advice, that's why this one jumped out. You need to open your heart because you have a closed heart right now. And so you're kind of being a little self-destructive, kind of being negative here. And you know, it's like, well, you were hurt, you were wrong, most of you, I feel. But you're hurting yourself by holding this energy here. By holding this anger. So you need to have an open heart. I'm gonna put this above here because I feel like you need to shift into this open heart energy and let go. You need to let go of the past. That's another message for this one too. This also represents you needing to let go of the past in order to move forward, in order to feel connected again. Let's clarify this. Ooh. Okay, I wanted to clarify your past card. The Daughter of Wands. So the Daughter of Wands represents someone who is on a spiritual journey, spiritually awakening. And also it can represent a fire sign, so it definitely represents you. And I feel like this is you just coming to some realizations and spiritually growing. You are a very charismatic individual as well. But at the same time, you don't want... at the same time, people don't want to make you an enemy because you can bite. You will bite if you are provoked. Your future card here. Wow, the Father of Pentacles. So I feel like this is somebody else outside of you that's coming in and wanting to settle down with you, wanting to make a full commitment with you, someone who's loyal and honest. But I feel like you're blocking yourself from this somehow. Let's get another card. Yeah. There's like a sudden change here with someone else. It's like a change, a huge shift, and it's sudden and unexpected. That's in your future here, which is causing you to feel this sorrow and making you fall into the illusion that you're isolated. So some of you may be going through a breakup, but with the Tower, it's like you're going to be feeling like your life is falling apart, but really it's falling into place. It's falling into the direction that you ultimately want. And it's something, and it could be with someone outside of you. It could be an earth sign, not always though. It's just somebody who is embodying this energy here. Some sort of upheaval, an unexpected change here. But your advice is to keep an open heart throughout this process and realize that we're all connected. Magic. You need to believe in magic to see the magic. And right now, there's some sort of energy, divine energy at work here. So it looks like destruction, but it's actually magic happening in your life for the better of all involved, okay? So you're actually going to look back at it and you're going to be grateful that it happened, looking back. You need to let go of any outcomes of trying to force any specific outcomes. You need to just go with the flow, follow your heart, which you need to have an open heart to follow it. You need to let go and give it up to the universe, because the universe is trying to take care of this for you, of some situation in your life here. Connect with your soul family. But when you connect with your soul family, it'll help you not feel isolated. Connect with your soul family ASAP. And I kind of feel like this energy is kind of come in at the end of March, maybe the beginning of April. And it can vary. For some of you guys, it can be up to like a few months away. But I really think it's going to be happening at the end of March for most of you. Sanctuary. Embrace the need for solitude. Your inner sanctuary calls you. Renew yourself and thrive. So, yes, connect with your soul family, but that doesn't mean you have to be around people 24/7, okay? You are going to need some time. I feel like there's some sort of healing process here that you're going to be going through. And you're going to need some time to yourself at the same time. But that doesn't mean all the time. So there needs to be a fine balance between alone time and time with soul family. Lady Luna's magic. Synchronize with the lunar time and energy. So synchronize with the moon. The moon phases here. I'm going to pull another card for you. This will aid you in being more connected with what's going on energetically. More in the flow. It'll help you flow more. Wu Wang. Wild, pure heart. This is some advice for you. You need to have a wild, pure heart. So be authentic to yourself in your heart, but also come from a pure place of heart. Don't have a closed off heart once again. Life is never boring. It is a gift that contains many treasures. So for some of you, like, you know, you might be going through a stagnant phase here before this happens, but realize that you are being gifted with treasures here coming up in your future. And for some of you, it's a gift in disguise. It's a blessing in disguise. So this may look like something, some sudden change. And it may not actually be, I mean, it could be a breakup. It could, but it's not really indicating breakup so much. It's just crashing down of the old way of thinking, crashing down of the old way of doing things. Oops. Fill your heart with the love of the universe, as well as Mother God and Father God. Then there's no room for hate. So in other words, fill your heart with the love of the universe, as well as the feminine and masculine aspects of yourself. Embrace both, because we have both. And there's no room for hate. And I feel like you need to really focus on not focusing on hates, because with the Devil card there, I feel like you're focused on some past hurts and it's coming across as hate. And that's hurting you and everyone around you. Mostly you. So, you know, this Tower can actually be positive, okay? Because I'm getting another message here for some of you. For some of you, this Tower, I feel like in mid-March, you're going to be feeling lonely, but you need to connect with your soul family so you don't have to. But I feel like with this Tower, you're going to have a sudden change in your life, and it may not be destructive. Usually it is with the Tower, but not always. Sometimes it's to a lesser degree. Maybe it's just a lesser degree destruction, but still bringing about change. A lesser degree, it's just an upheaval. It's just, you know, facing some sort of odds. Rest and relaxation is essential. We all have a fundamental need to take breaks. So I feel like you guys are really going to need to make sure you are re-energized before you do connect with anybody outside of you, because you're going to be feeling kind of drained for some reason here. But you still are going to need to make those connections. So like I said, balance, 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 balance. And really quickly, I want to pull a little bit more. I want to look a little bit more into this here, okay? What's causing this Three of Wind isolation? Judgments. Judgment card represents forgiveness. I'm just getting so many messages for you guys here for mid-month. But there's actually a group of you that are coming out of this isolation feeling, which is, it can be a heartbreak actually, the Three of Wands. Feeling isolated and heartbroken. Like, and I feel like you're heartbroken because you're just thinking about the past. So I feel like with this Judgment card, you're actually starting to forgive it. So you're coming out of the isolation energy. You're coming out of that heartbreak energy. So that's actually good. I'm glad I'm clarifying these. Let's clarify this Tower. Oh, I just want one card. Okay. Oh. Wow. So these are really two interesting cards to come out together. There is, okay, so the Five of Swords and the Ace of Cups for the Tower. So I feel like, okay, the Ace of Cups represents a love offer, but the Five of Swords represents self-destruction and like being lured into arguments. So that being trying to win at all costs just to feel powerful or something. But it's a really self-destructive energy, but there's a love offer here. So let's pull some more cards. Man, your reading is getting really deep. You guys have the World again. This is the third time they have the completion card here. The World is in your future here. Completion. And the Two of Wands, which is about making a decision, and you're going to be successful at it. So you've got, you know, all of your power, all your passion pointed in one direction, and you are aiming for this goal, and it's likely that you will be successful. So I feel like that has something to do with this, and this is going to lead you to completion, success, victory, and possibly lead you to a new love offer. Let's verify this Father of Pentacles here. I mean, clarify. Okay, so there's like some blocked energy with this Father of Pentacles here. Almost feeling burdened and almost feeling like you don't see a way out. Father of Cups. So this is a water sign. So I'm seeing that there's two people here. First, okay, this got really deep, but for some of you, there's two people here, and they might not be here yet when you're watching this video, but by the end of March, I feel you'll have possibly a love offer by somebody else. Either you're with a water sign and you'll have a love offer with an earth sign. Not necessarily with those signs, but you know, the Father of Cups represents someone who is a deep thinker, can be secretive, and is sensitive with an open heart. So I feel like looking at it like that, let's push some of this stuff aside here. So there, for those of you who have somebody coming in at the end of the month with a love offer, it's one of these people here. With the King, with the Father of Pentacles, there's some, like, you can't see, you don't have clarity here, and it's almost like a feeling of burden, like being burdened. There are some self-destructive tendencies here, which are going to lead to this Tower energy. And I feel like there's a love offer from someone you're not with, but you're probably coupled already. But this is ultimately leading you to a successful completion of victory. And crazy enough, this is all divinely ordained. Like, this is so crazy, but this is like divine, divinely ordained, divinely guided. There's some magic here working in your favor. So yeah, that's really, that's just for some of you. I just really tapped into a specific group of you that are going to be experiencing this. For others of you, I do feel that you will be forgiving the past and finally getting over that sorrow. And still, either you're going to be in one of these energies here and your partner is the other energy. And for those of you who are not going to be getting another love offer, you're just going to be going through this energy of being overburdened and not being able to see, you know, kind of like a fog. And there's going to be some self-destruction tendencies either from you or someone around you, which is causing this Tower energy here. Ultimately, you will make up your mind to go into a specific direction for your highest path, which is a path of a love, new beginnings in love, or the deepening of your connection in love right now, ultimately leading you to completion. So either way, there might be some upheaval here towards the middle and end of March, even the beginning of April, but ultimately it's for your highest good. It's leading you to your full completion here. It's leading you to success. It's leading you to feeling whole. It's leading you to feeling like, I don't know, just like whole. It's a wholeness here, but you have the world here again. So you guys are definitely being guided there. That's your advice, you know, to make sure you realize we're all connected. But yeah, that's your advice. Let's pull some more cards for you here. Or one last card. The Bridge. I think you guys might have gotten this last month. I don't remember. It says, view energy fields of nature and people. Consume energy from nature to increase your health. Activate your food with healing energy. If you have drawn this card, you're being called to view energy fields, energize your food, and draw energy from nature and strengthen and draw energy from nature for strength and healing. So there's going to be a healing process here. Like I said, you're going to be ultimately forgiving something from the past, but nature is going to help you in doing so, and also praying over your food, you know, sending it positive vibes so that you raise the frequency in your food on the cellular level, and in doing so, raising your own frequency. One more, and then we'll wrap this up. The Sea of Light. Don't force or push the waters. Be still. Trust and allow messages to come to you through the rhythms of nature. Balance action with stillness. If you have drawn this card, you are being called to stop pushing so hard. Seek balance. It is in the quiet of the still moments that the light can break through. So ultimately, the light's going to break through because there's a period of darkness here, a period of being a little bit confused. But ultimately, the light will break through, guys. There's magic at work here. You have to open your eyes to see that. But ultimately, you are going to your higher path. You're being aligned to your highest path. That's your mid-month reading, Aries. If you want a personal reading with me, definitely book that at www.theenchantedone.com. Also, there's a link for my Instagram and Facebook accounts down in the description box. There's